This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Nightwing News. I am Phil, and joining me as always is...
Kristen. Hello.
All right, we got a lot to talk about this month. Like you said, we finished up Titans. We got 2 issues of Nightwing, and Young Justice dropped 3 episodes.
I know. That was pretty cool.
Looks like they're dropping 3 more next week, too.
I know. I was actually a little surprised to see that because I thought maybe I scrolled down and I saw it's supposed to be 25 episodes. I thought maybe they had dropped 3 and then they were going to do 2, so that way it'd be 12. But yeah. They dropped 3 the whole time. That's cool.
Unless they're just getting it out because I think Doom Patrol starts in February, maybe.
Oh, wow. Do you think they'll be trying to crush Young Justice out that fast?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there might be a couple weeks there where they're both out, but still, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because they haven't really established, is it, how many new original shows do they want to have out at a time? I mean, because there's 7 days of the week. Everything doesn't have to come out on Friday.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, Doom Patrol's coming. They're Stargirl. I don't know if they're still doing Hawk and Dove or not, but then there's a Harley Quinn animated thing coming out.
Oh, really? Man,
yeah.
I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know if it's supposed to be like an Adult Swim type of thing, but Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory, I guess, is going to be Harley Quinn.
Wasn't she Harley in not the movie that we don't like to talk about?
No, that was the other girl from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that was the other one.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, maybe she's going
to
do
the
the job.
Sense, though. You would think if they really want DC Universe to, woo-rah, be a thing, that they should try to set it up where they have like a new show almost every day if people are really into it.
Yeah, I guess if they have something once a week, they can drag it out all year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's something I would say to build up to, but if they could get it where it was, or maybe a couple days a week.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, they have lots of stuff that's already done. Like I said on the last one, I'm trying to watch Super Friends, but it's kind of hard going at times.
Just skip the Batman the Animated Series.
Right. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I've already seen that so many times.
So what? It's good.
It's so amazing. So amazing. Anyway, that wasn't on the agenda.
Yes, I know.
What do you want to start? What do you want to start with? Since we're on TV, should we start with Titans?
Yeah, let's start with Titans.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I think we have the last 4 to talk about, but I can't even remember.
Yeah. 8, 9, 10, and 11. Yeah.
Okay. Which one was it? Oh, wait, was 8 Donna?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I liked that. I liked that episode. That was good.
Donna was good. I like the chemistry between the two of them. Even like the younger versions of them. I like the whole chemistry and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I liked her quote: "Older, smarter, prettier." I want to use that. I want to use that on my brother.
And I did like that. Like they played them as just friends. There was no hint of
Yes. I was glad. Yes, I was very glad about that because it's always been very clear in the comics.
Yes.
But you just never know when they take it on TV because obviously they're trying to hint that something happened sometime. I don't know. It's hard to kind of get a gauge on how old everybody is. Happened between Dick and Dawn, Dove, and of course I really have no idea what they're gonna do with that because that's never happened in the comic. I mean, do they even really know each other that well in the comics?
I don't think. I mean, he might know her, but yeah, not even that well. There was no relationship there. That's
right. Yeah, because when that was first hinted at, when way back in I guess episode 2, when Rachel shook Dawn's hand or that thing,
yeah,
and I was like, did that happen? And so then I had to go and get out my old Teen Titans. And I was like, did he have anything with Dove back in the day? And I was like, oh, no, because Dove was a man back then. So, that
yeah.
I mean, That doesn't mean anything could have happened, but that's definitely not where DC was going with Dick Grayson Baghdad. So I was like, so what's going on? I really don't know.
Yeah, it's just a TV thing.
Right, yeah. So, which, I don't know. Again, that's kind of whatever. I mean, we can jump around.
Unless they didn't want to bring Barbara in for some reason, they replaced her with Dove.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. But I just feel like you didn't need to do that either, because one of the things about, it's very heavily based on New Teen Titans, and Dick and Corey had such a solid relationship in New Teen Titans up until the end. I mean, there were some weird things where Marv Wolfman did, like, I love Marv, but there were also some weird things that he did. Where, like, let's bring that woman from the future who can look just like Starfire or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird. That was the 90s. But they were such a good, strong relationship that, like, there was no love triangle. I don't think there needs to be a love triangle, but it seems like we might be getting one.
Yeah, I think it's like again, it's another TV thing. It's like, oh no, or him and Starfire are gonna get together. Will they? Won't they?
Yeah. Which they should. I mean, they better. I'm gonna be shocked if they don't end up in this show. I'm gonna feel let down.
I think they will eventually, but
yeah, it's weird because some things, they moved faster because back in the 80s when they first got together. They didn't, Starfire just kissed him. They didn't, have sex or whatever. So that's moving faster. But then so much else in the show is moving really slowly.
Yeah. I need to learn your language.
Right, yeah. But she already, yeah. But she kind of already had English. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference thing where Starfire doesn't remember who she is, really. He still doesn't have all the answers, and that's
really weird.
It's interesting. But anyway, the Donna episode was good. That they did a great job with them, with Dick and Donna just being friends. I thought it was funny when Donna took Dick to her art show, and that guy, she was like, be normal, and that guy tried to talk to him, and he went on and on about the camera, and so the guy was like, that was cute.
I wonder what the penguin's doing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good
which is interesting because I think a lot of times Dick is shown as being really good socially, but I think he's kind of shown as being really good socially compared to a lot of the other Bat family members. And I think it's good for us to remember that being good socially for a member of the Bat family doesn't mean being good socially.
Yeah.
That's like a low bar of judgment.
Good interrogation, not small talk.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'd say you could play that either way, because in some iterations, Dick has been very how he was presented in that, particularly when he's with the Titans, he's kind of always, the straight man sort of thing. And then in other versions, he's a little more socially, I don't want to say socially adept. He's not socially not adept.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a pretty good.
But I like the episode overall, but then it ends with, like, I don't know, Starfire almost getting her memories back and attacking Raven. So hey, next episode, let's have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Because it was the Hank and Dawn episode.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, which that was interesting because I didn't really know very much about Hank and Dawn, and I certainly didn't know how they were going to be in the show. But that was just like kind of depressing too, how they met. Is just like, they run into each other on the street with like his brother and her mother, and then the brother and the mother just get hit by a truck or something. Yeah, it's like the people most important to us get killed, and that's how we end up together.
Within like 30 seconds of meeting each other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dang, this is kind of a downer.
I know. But I did like the episode. Again, I like the episode, but it's like it kind of killed the momentum of like where the other episode was going.
Yeah. So it was, and I'm interested what's going on when Dawn woke up and was like, we have to find Jason.
Yes.
Like, is Jason that? I'm not sure. Is Jason going to be a more major player in the second season?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe they'll build him up more in season 2, and they'll get you to like him, and then he'll get killed.
That sounds devastating.
What?
That's so sad.
I know what it's Titans too. So
right. Yeah, I mean, Jason was never a huge. I mean, I think he's supposed to have been. I know there's that one Titans episode where he's able to sneak in to beat Tim up, and they said Donna says something about Jason was a Titan at one point, so that's how he was able to get in. But I don't think he ever really was like a major player, so that'll be interesting.
No, yeah, I think he hung out with them a few times before he died, and
yeah, I know there's one in the '80s. There's an episode, a storyline when Dick has been like brainwashed or whatever by Brother Blood, and Jason helps him out.
Yeah,
that's about the only time. And I think I said when we were at some point, I think it was to you, the episode that was about Starfire, I liked it, but I felt like Starfire got short shrift. That most of the episode actually wasn't about her finding important stuff out, and so that was kind of sad. Like, I think she didn't get the development I was expecting her to get in an episode that was her name.
Yeah, it was basically, oh, look, she's an alien. She came to Earth. I mean, we kind of sort of knew this.
Right, yeah, like shoot stuff, totally different language, yeah. So
well, I've heard a lot of people speculating. It's like, why was this season 11 episodes and stuff? And I don't know. The big theory is that they had to do a lot of editing, and maybe they chopped stuff up and made up different kind of switch stuff around in episodes. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I thought I saw somebody say, "Oh, I thought this was supposed to be 12 or 13 episodes, and now it's only 11." So I don't know what happened. Whatever.
Yeah. Because let's see.
Was that 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was 10, and then 11.
Coriander was the name of the episode. Yeah, because they were supposed to have an episode called Starfire, and then that sort of went away. So again, leading to the theory, maybe they had to edit stuff, but
yeah, I wonder why they decided to make it fewer episodes.
I don't know, unless that last one was supposed to be longer, and they ended because it was a regular length episode, and they kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird where they cut it off.
Right? Yeah.
Because at the end of 10, you see Dick run into the house. Corey and Donna can't get in, but Dick can get in.
Yeah, which is interesting, and
it gets whammied by Trigon.
Right, yeah. So I mean, of course, knowing that since he ran into the house, as soon as that episode started and it was, playing the Beach Boys in California, I was like, oh, this is obviously a dream sequence. Like, you knew the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I was saying, because I saw some people commenting like it wasn't that clear that it was a dream sequence at first. I was like, it was pretty clear. The first episode, he ran into the house, and like, how do you go from Bumble, BFE, Ohio to California?
Yeah.
Like, obviously something's up there.
And and if you didn't know before, the minute the episode starts and he's like, in a pool in the sun and everything, and then when you find out he's married to Dawn, it's like, okay, well, where was he at last episode, Trigon?
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, you don't just suddenly have a 5-year-old or however old that kid was, but he wasn't a baby.
Yeah, they could have did a flash forward, but wasn't that like an early New Teen Titans story, I think, where when they first fought Trigon, like he kind of corrupted them and they were,
yeah,
Dark Titans for a while,
Yeah, he gets inside their heads. Yeah, so that was interesting. And I thought it was very fascinating when Jason showed up and he wasn't dead. That was nice. But then,
well, that's the other thing that should have pointed to a dream sequence, because when he shows up in a wheelchair, it's like, oh yeah, the Riddler shot me or whatever. But then, like, after he gives Dick the message, he kind of just disappears.
Right. Well, and you could tell how the stuff was like blinking or doing that thing. Yeah. I kind of would have preferred if he had been with Corey in his dream sequence. Like, that's kind of who I was expecting it to be, and then it was Dawn. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, like Trigon was saying, he kind of had a chance at happiness because first he was married to Dawn, but then he meets up with Corey later, so he could have run off with her, but it's like, no, his mind kept going towards the dark thing.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's all like, messed up, corrupt, Trigon messing with your mind kind of thing, but I still thought it would have been nice. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I mean, I thought they kind of
Batman on the rampage, and
right, yeah. I mean, they kind of had to talk it up. It was like you didn't even see Batman.
Yeah,
that much.
And I know you don't want to bring other characters into this episode, but it's like, would Dick really go to the police and say, "Oh yeah, Bruce Wayne is Batman"? Wouldn't he go to like Superman or something and be like, "You need to stop him"?
Right, yeah. And the whole time it was like Batman didn't really say anything and stuff. And I'm like, this is really so they don't have to pay someone to be Batman.
Oh yeah, it's just a stunt guy. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So.
Well, even the Joker, after he throws him off the roof and the Joker ends up in the hospital, you really don't get a good look at the Joker's face because he has like all that breathing mask and everything on.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could see a little bit where some ideas where they were trying to budget.
Yes.
So to speak. The thing that I thought was interesting in the episode at the end, I mean, and I know I meant to go back in New Teen Titans and see what it is that like Trigon uses to corrupt Dick. But so yes, of course I understand that. Wow, that's pretty hardcore to murder Bruce, and that's like you're finally embracing your darkness. But hello, he murdered so many people.
He murdered all the patients in the Arkham Asylum. Didn't he kill some guards too? They said.
Yeah, and then he blew up all of those cops that came in, and then he freeze rayed Corey. It's like, I mean. Yes, I understand that was Trigon just trying to push him to the killing mode, but in the whole like greater morals, it's like if that had really happened and somebody had killed a dude that had just murdered at least 50 people, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be like, wow, that was bad.
Well, yeah, I mean that's whole Trigon's whole thing. He's like, oh, he picked to be the dark, but it's like, no, you kind of pushed him,
Right? Yeah, like you just watch someone who's clearly not going to stop, and plus, I think. I mean, it's something to think about also along the lines of, like in Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Have you read it? Yeah. So you know how at the end, spoiler alert, George shoots Lenny because he knows like that his friend is going to like either have to go to jail or be executed, and he knows that will be, it's like a mercy killing.
Well, yeah, again, it's, I mean, if Batman's really this far gone, how many more people is he going to kill too if you don't kill him?
Right, and is he going to be able to do you want someone like that in prison who's never going to get out? Because what's he going to do in the prison?
Or if it's Batman, he could get out.
Well, right, yes. I mean, never getting out isn't like legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they come full circle from the first episode too, because Dick puts his foot on his neck and snaps Batman's neck. Instead of, first episode we got F Batman. This time it's like F you, Bruce. You made me do this. So, and that's how the season ends. Dick's corrupted by Trigon.
Right, but you know that they're going to be, and that's something that I'm wondering where they said they want to corrupt Rachel, and he said, no, we have to break her heart. And so I'm like, is Beast Boy next? I mean, because
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, they're gonna, they corrupted her big brother Dick. Now they're gonna corrupt Beast Boy. Yeah.
So, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to wrap it up pretty quick. So I think they even said they're gonna do like Deathstroke and Terra next season too. So I mean.
Already?
I know. So, and I mean, unless they add on more episodes, they're gonna have to wrap up Trigon pretty quick.
Yeah, that's weird. See, and that's awkward because now it sounds like the second season might have the opposite problem where they're going too fast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you see like the after credits scene?
I did, yes. So I guess that means Superboy is supposed to be in next season too.
I guess, yeah. So a young boy and his dog break out of Cadmus, yes.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I mean, I'm kind of like whatever. I mean, Superboy's fine. He's not a huge favorite of mine. I just hope they don't end up with too many.
Yeah, I mean, he never really worked with Dick too much in the comics. It was more Tim, but I wonder if they're just giving you like those Young Justice vibes.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and they're probably trying to get as many as they can in there, but it's weird because to some of the characters, I mean, they don't really have that many in this first season, but I felt like some of them they developed really well.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them they really haven't developed that much. Like they really are slacking, in my opinion, on Beast Boy. Okay, yes, there was that Doom Patrol episode, but like, that was it.
I mean, it's good for us, but I'm like, why didn't they just do a Dick Grayson show? Because it seems like he gets most of the attention anyway.
Right, yeah. So then that makes you wonder if, like, next season it's going to be different. But, I mean, they can't take the focus off Rachel, Raven, until Trigon is taken care of. Because who knows? So that's why, I mean, it's fine if they want to bring in new characters. Obviously, it's not like they care what I think. But I just hope they don't get too many. And then many of them they won't really be doing justice to.
Yes.
I felt they tried to give justice to Coriander, and they didn't achieve it.
No.
And they may think they tried for Beast Boy, and they did not.
So overall for the whole all 11 episodes as a whole season, what would you grade it?
I would say B-.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. All right. Because it was good. And I mean, of course, after watching the abysmal trailer that came out, it succeeded way beyond my expectations based on that. And so overall, I enjoyed it. But I still, and I think this is just like something I'm going to have to deal with the whole time the show is on. I still wish it wasn't quite so gritty violent.
Yeah.
I mean, because particularly, so I was actually, because it came out right before Christmas, I was watching the last episode at my parents' house, and my mom was in and out a couple of times. And it seemed like invariably every time she walked in, there was like this huge pile of people that had just been knocked down and probably murdered. She was like, "What are you watching?" So, and that's the one thing that makes me a little bit, that I also kind of goes in with me feeling like Titans is too gritty. And I particularly clicked in my mind after watching those 3 episodes that dropped of Young Justice.
Yes, let's get the young
is on Titans. If they don't show those people somehow like getting out of the burning building, I think your default assumption is that they're dead.
Yes.
Whereas on almost every other superhero thing, in, Batman the Animated Series, Young Justice, the Teen Titans, heck, even Teen Titans Go. If you don't see people, it's like they've set it up where if I don't see the bad guys like getting their bodies dragged out of the burning warehouse, I can assume that they did that because that fits with the show. And I can't assume that they do that on Titans. And that kind of makes me sad.
True. But but let's get the Young Justice. I mean, we'll save the comics for last. Young Justice, the first 3 episodes, really good. This is how you do Dick Grayson.
Yeah, although Titans is not, like, they haven't been, he's a little too violent, but,
yeah.
I mean, they've done a better service to Dick than they have Starfire.
Yeah, but I love here, like, Dick's the man because, like, there's a big split in the league because thanks in no small part to UN Secretary General Lex Luthor.
I mean, why? I know Lex talks a good game and he was once president, but it's like, come on, people. You would really let Lex Luthor be the UN Secretary General?
Well, that's what we were talking about this morning on Capes and Lunatics. I was like, yeah, he was a president in the comics. I guess nobody wants to be president of the United States anymore. So
We'll just let anyone be president.
hey, we can tell your kids anyone can be president. It's true. Anyway.
I don't mean it like that.
I know. No, I know. But
now
yes,
anyone can be Secretary General of the UN.
So anyway, like half the league, Batman and half the league quit basically, and then you get the other half of the league you want to keep going. We get Calder as the new Aquaman.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, and I also kind of liked because Young Justice has done they have done some different things with leadership than because pretty much anytime you have a team comic that has a Robin on it,
yeah,
they're always the leader. And Young Justice hasn't done that.
Yes.
Initially, and so then I thought it was pretty cool that Calder was leader of the Justice League, like not Batman, not Superman. I was like, yeah. Because they have shown Calder as a good leader, and I thought that was really good.
Oh yeah, and then Miss Martian's part of the league, but it's like but then there's this secret whole thing in Markovia with metahumans. So Dick Grayson's basically putting together the Outsiders.
Yeah, which is he's been on before, but it's kind of more Batman's thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can tell that obviously I shouldn't say obviously Batman's in on it, but I mean, the whole time he's talking to Barbara.
Yes, yeah.
Oracle. So that, like, I don't want to say that it's not like Batman's got to know what's up. I mean, it's not like they're doing it,
Yeah.
underneath. I mean, he's probably still using some of his resources.
Well, I mean, even back as far back as season 1, Batman's like, "Oh, this is my covert team." Young Dick kids were like a covert team, yeah.
And I think that's probably it makes sense to have, particularly with Lex Luthor putting restrictions on, to have your sort of more obvious team and your sneaky team. But I'm wondering, since we've got Markovia and we have Brion, Geoforce, and Tara, the sister, is missing. Like, are we gonna get also some Judas contract kind of stuff?
I don't know, because that's what I was saying. I think they were saying they might do something like that in season 2 of Titans. So I don't know. We could.
I mean, because it seems like Tara. I mean, I'm expecting her to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I mean, maybe they'll bring Tara in to set it up to have a Judas contract kind of thing in a fourth season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we haven't heard yet, but I can't imagine that they wouldn't do a 4th season.
Oh yeah, people have been crying about this for so long.
People were devastated. And God, I had forgotten, but when I was reading some article, it said it's been almost 6 years since the season 2, and I was like, wow. Now I feel old that those 6 years just passed by. Wait, your son wasn't even born when Young Justice went off the air, was he?
No, because he was probably born the year after it went off the air. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah. But it was good. Yeah, they're good. I read they had 2 kind of short comics that appeared on DC Universe.
Okay.
And so I don't know. Did you see those?
No.
Okay. It just kind of helped explain Magan and Connor like patching things up, so that way it was maybe not as out of left field that he proposed to her, which was very cute. In that episode, that was cute.
So what? Yeah, I wonder if they're going to get more better ratings on this than Titans even.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of. I mean, there's a pretty big built-in fandom of Young Justice, and one of the things that, like, we've talked about it before, that I thought was a major problem with that Batman and Harley Quinn movie, and is the thing with, is that Young Justice does a good job of working for both adults and kids.
Yes.
And so I think like right there, you're going to have a larger audience, because I mean, because I assume that you watched it with your son.
Yeah, I wasn't watching Titans with him, but I
you would never let your 5-year-old watch Titans.
But yeah, last night we watched Young Justice, all three episodes back to back. You know, it's a cartoon, he loves it. The political stuff caught my attention, and you know,
sure, yeah. And so I think right there. I mean, I'm not saying that everything has to be. Yeah, of course, there need to be adult things and kid things, but I mean, superheroes are one of those genre. I mean, they started out as something for kids, so it seems you might want to try to make it work on both levels. Anyway, Young Justice does that, and so I think it'll be good, and I'm excited to see what happens next. And yeah, certainly for Dick Grayson fans, those first 3 episodes were awesome.
Oh yeah,
because he was featured a lot. Like
I said, he's the leader basically, like yeah, it was almost like James Bond in certain aspects.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see. So I read an article that was kind of a refresher on the original Outsiders. So like Geoforce, you know, I assume they'll bring Brianna. I mean, where else is it going to go? They'll take him back. And I think the woman is supposed to be Halo. So that'll be exciting. Katana, I think, was she one of the people who walked out with Batman from the Justice League?
Maybe.
I can't remember now. Because I mean, there are a lot of characters, so I will be interested to see where that goes. Because one thing that I thought was helpful, one thing that I liked better about the first season versus the second season, was there was a smaller cast in the first season, and so I thought that everybody got more attention. And I was able to kind of get to know the characters and see where they were going better. And there were so many more in the second season, and like that was cool to see so many. But a lot of the characters, I was like, I kind of don't really know anything about you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they did pack a lot with the league and everything. There was a lot of characters, but I guess they're trying to pack in everyone's favorite.
Right, yeah, that's and so I can totally see, both sides to Pagan. I mean, I did feel like in the second season, it really helped me to learn more about Jaime, the newer Blue Beetle, and that was good. Yeah, no way is perfect, because you're trying to pack everybody's favorite in, but then if my favorite is like Plastic Man, and he's in for like 5 minutes of a whole 100 and so multiple, hundreds of minute season, I'm still gonna be a little bit sad. So we'll see. But yes, for us, in terms like Dick was getting lots of attention, and I really hope Wally comes back. Hopefully they find Wally.
Oh yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Yeah, how long do you think till Wally's back?
I don't know, but at first, because I kind of forgot about Roy, although I didn't get a good look at Roy, because didn't they discover like the one Roy was a clone, and then they found the original Roy? What happened to the clone Roy again? Both Roys were around, right?
Yeah, well, I think it was the original who like lost an arm or something. Yeah.
So I couldn't tell which Roy was the one with Artemis.
I think it was the clone, because I think he had 2 arms, and he was like, oh. Because remember, he was like, "Oh yeah, don't call me." He wasn't calling himself Roy. Was it Jim or something? Or
oh yeah, Will.
Yes.
Will. Oh right, yeah, okay, that does make sense. I thought he was just trying to be like under the radar.
Yeah. If they don't explain that, that's what you think. But because at first I thought that, I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, that's the clone, right?" Because
okay, that makes sense that he wanted to take a different name. Yeah, because at first when Artemis was in a house with a red-haired dude. I was like, oh my God, has Wally been alive this whole time? And he's just been like, I want to leave the life. And he's secretly, I was like, oh. And then he was like, hey, Roy. I was like, oh, right. Roy has red hair too. I forgot.
Yeah. I think that was supposed to hit everybody for a second or two. Like, oh, Wally, no.
Yeah. But I think they had a kid, right? That's supposed to be Leon, do you think?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know, because Clone Roy had a thing with Cheshire, so I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I didn't make it through all the way through season 2 on the rewatch. I gotta go back, keep watching.
I know, I was meaning to watch it, but then I didn't. So.
But did you? I don't know. You probably didn't see, but this Wednesday, not only is the new issue of Nightwing coming out, but there's a new version of Young Justice coming out.
Oh, I did see the solicit for that.
Yeah, I think it's the Tim Drake Robin, but it's Connor and Impulse.
Yeah, I think it's because DC's doing that sort of other.
Yeah, like that imprint. It's like Brian Michael Bendis is like in charge of the whole thing. So
yeah, Wonder Comics or something.
Yeah.
So that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's kind of shocking to me. Like, why is it taking them so long to do that to begin with? Like, you didn't need to do the new 52. You just could have made another. You just could have made an imprint that, like, simplified, but whatever.
They're not always the quickest on the uptake.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if Are you gonna get that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna give it a try at least.
All right, cool. Let me know.
So I'll let you know. And like I said, I think Nightwing's coming out, but let's get to comics.
Yeah. All right.
50. I think we left off on 54. So
yeah, we have 54 and 55, right?
Yeah. Who is Nightwing? Yeah.
So
it opens up with those cops and.
Yeah. So I'm still like, where's the big reveal of why he's Rick? I mean, is it still that one where you kind of hinted at, which makes sense that like I used to be Dick, but now that I don't feel like I'm that person anymore, I'm going by Rick. I mean, because that would make sense. But I guess I was expecting. I felt like Fabian built it up that there was going to be some big reveal of like, I have this ancestor who went by Rick or something.
Unless we get it in issue 56 along with our names, I don't know.
Maybe we'll see. Because now I'm like, I feel like an idiot. I can't identify this thing.
Unless they're just going with a combo of Richard and Dick and.
Right. I mean, it totally makes sense. I mean, Richard has a number of different nicknames. Rick, Rich.
I don't know if they're trying to get away from the Dick name also, just because it's like an old fashioned. It's more old fashioned.
Yeah, that's why it's awesome and hilarious.
Yeah.
They need to never let it go.
I know, but I just wonder if they're trying to get away from it. Just.
Man, I mean, probably just for a little while. But
maybe.
I think it's good. And I'm not, I mean, it's fine because this thing, but I'm not huge. Most people I know who have been named Rick have like kind of annoyed me. So I'm much more like, yeah, you should just lean into it and be Dick or just go by Richard. But
and then Rick is going to counseling with the Scarecrow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they said something about it was court ordered or something. Or it was like required. I mean, I assume that's because of his injury. It's not like he has been convicted of a crime or anything. I think it must have been because of his injury.
Maybe, or I mean, unless he's done something while he was Rick. Unless they caught him sleeping in somebody's house or something.
Yeah, but they didn't say that, and we haven't seen it. And maybe court ordered wasn't right. Maybe it was something about like required.
Maybe the doctors.
Yeah,
because they did show him in physical therapy too.
Yeah, it's probably part of getting out of the hospital. I mean, very interesting. Well, I mean, and of course, you could tell. I mean, it's obvious because it's the comics also. That he's talking about. Yeah, I also knew someone else who didn't have any fear. And you're like, oh, he's talking about Robin and Nightwing. He's talking about you.
I know, that's so funny. This young boy, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I mean, I have no idea because I feel like some more solicits have come out, but they've been maybe a little bit cagey about where they want to go. And I mean, like Fabian said, I mean, this is the kind. I have amnesia. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you could have. You know, I mean, if this were back in the 40s, it would be a 10-page issue. Yeah. Problem solved by the end. I got hit on the head at the beginning of the comic. I get hit on the head at the end, and I'm back to normal. But now, yeah, it could be
a year.
It could be 6. Yeah, it could be a year. It could be 5 years. I hope it's not 5 years.
I don't think it'll be 5, but I think they're gonna want to get 1, maybe 2 trade paperbacks out of it.
Well, yeah, that would make sense. So I think, but with the Scarecrow, they've got it kind of perfectly set up that. You know, I don't know, some kind of gas or, you know, whatever, you know, comic book science. I'm exposed to some gas and it, blip, 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 you know, unerases my memory, restores my memory, whatever.
So I just wonder if it's going to bring Dick out of it, at least partially, if one of these cops gets killed trying to be Nightwing.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. I have to say, I do love how they've got most of the different outfits. How we have the finger stripes, and we have Disco Wing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the second Nightwing outfit, which is my least favorite. And then we have the red one. It's pretty cool. I really love that.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's how they end 55 with the 4 cops facing off.
I know. It's always good to see Disco Wing getting some love. Yeah.
No big high collar though on any of them.
I know, and no prehensile ponytail, but there's time. There's time.
So 90s. But yeah, just Scarecrow's gas making people go nuts and attack each other, and
yeah.
I think I saw this in an issue late 80s of Daredevil, Dick's starting to get close to that female bartender, but watch he'll get his memory back and be like, oh no, I love someone, you know.
Oh yeah, that'd be so mean. I think I like you. Oh wait, now I remember, I like someone else. She's a nice person. You know, like her as your other self too.
Once he gets his memories back of Barbara, you know, but it's.
Although they haven't really been. I mean, I don't think they've ever. Well, since New 52 has started, I don't think they've ever officially dated, have they?
I don't think, but I think they've played with, you know, oh, we have this past, and I don't know if they kept any of that stuff from you know, when they dated. What was that, late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, it's they were always kind of hinting. But I mean, they just everything is all. Ooh.
Well, that's what I don't like. I didn't like about New 52. They basically started over, but they're like, oh yeah, these characters have 5 years of backstory. Yeah, maybe we'll fill you in on some of it.
We compress all 75 years of their backstory into 5 years. Wait, what? Because I think it's supposed to be that he dated Starfire, but we've never seen them dating or anything.
Yeah, I know. It's just really weird. Yeah, because New 52, they compressed everything in 5 years. And meanwhile, he was already on Damian as a Robin. They're like, wait a minute. So you went through 4 Robins in 5 years?
Yeah. They're like, that's just irresponsible, Bruce.
Yeah.
Definitely. Which is funny. I mean, it's kind of whatever. We'll just throw the timeline out because it's comic book science. But I think. You know, if you want to expect me to throw the timeline out, which I will because it doesn't make any sense, that's fine. But I'm also totally capable of imagining that Bruce Wayne is, I don't know, gasp 40 and can still kick butt. It's a thing. It can happen. 40 is the new 30.
They don't like mentioning any character going over 30 or so. It's okay.
No, it's it's okay to be over 30. Well, it's also, it annoys me a little bit with the Bat people. They're all really smart, obviously, but they never seem to pursue education. It was fine that Dick dropped out of college. They dealt with that, you know, I wasn't getting what I needed out of it, blah, blah, blah. Plus, it was the 80s. College wasn't as important in the 80s as it is now, in terms of getting a job. But, Tim is freaking never graduated from high school? What? Then he, went off to find Bruce, and that was so weird to me. And I was like, why? You could have just made it so easy. Oh, yeah, I graduated high school and now I'm on my gap year. But instead it was oh, no, I might not graduate high school because I've been gone so much. I was like, what? thought you were already graduated from high school. What's going on?
Well, the last couple of years, I mean, they kind of had Barbara going. She was in college, I think, but I don't know if she got a degree already because she's kind of sort of has her own company or something.
Yeah, I mean, Barbara was always the one bad that
Yeah.
very clearly had like tons of education.
Yeah.
I mean, when she came in, she like I guess had some sort of PhD in library science, and then at one point she had a law degree, which like I
Yeah.
don't know when she got that, but she did, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, now I have no idea because Barbara has been vastly de-aged more so than really even any of the Robins. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like whatever. I realize that's not the most important thing, and I really don't need to worry about it. But you know, like. I kind of like college. And so it's just always weird to me that I'm like, no one's ever finishing school. I mean, at least Jason has a reason. He died.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on. I realize like these kids are so smart, but Tim is smart enough that he could graduate high school despite all of these. Whatever.
Maybe he could have graduated early. I don't know.
Right, yeah, but it's like very clearly he has not.
Yeah, I know. He's I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
Well, it's this other kind of like also why would you I mean it was like back in the day they've kind of changed their ideas, I suppose, as our culture. You know, we have so many more TV shows about the sort of, you know, brilliant house style doctor or whatever that now they've had to up the ante because there's definitely things back in the, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s when Dick is Robin, where they're purposely trying to make him seem normal. Like he's a regular kid, but just better than a regular kid. When Bruce is like, you should go to the dance because that's what normal kids do. And we have to pretend that you're normal so people don't suspect. So it's like, yeah, he might be really smart, but we don't want him to skip a bunch of grades because then people are going to be like, oh, you're not normal.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Maybe you're a superhero.
God, that used to be part of Barry Allen's secret identity. He's like, I have to be late for everything because people would never think the Flash would be late for anything.
Yeah, see, it makes sense. Makes sense. Whatever. Anyway, it's interesting. I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, whatever. With the Amnesia comics, but yeah, that's not too bad.
Although
I'm interested to see what happens in 56 going on because I think the past couple issues have been a little slow.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you're kind of building up to something or.
Yeah, I mean, I realize they have stuff to set up and whatnot.
And please put our names in there, Fabian.
Yeah, I can't wait to see myself get beat up.
On that note, anything else?
I think that's everything. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So come back in another month. We'll have probably at least one issue in Nightwing, maybe two. We'll have more Young Justice. We'll have a bunch of Young Justice episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we should try to do it near the end of January because isn't this like the December episode kind of?
Maybe kind of, sort of. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see if they start piling up. Maybe we'll do.
I mean, because yeah, if they're releasing 3 Young Justice episodes every week, damn, that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah. All right. So let us know what you think of the comics, and what you think of the new season of Young Justice. Are you hyped? Capes and Lunatics at gmail.com. Follow us, Nightwing News, on Facebook. We even have a Facebook group. Come join us. At Nightwing News on Twitter, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And hey, go on Amazon and find Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, the book by Kristen, since she's too humble to ask him to do it. And yeah, get pumped because next year Dick Grayson turns 80.
I know, 80. I keep hoping. I really need to find someone that I can email DC. I really hope they finally put out the 3rd volume of the Robin Archive series when he had his own comic back in the 40s.
Oh, yeah.
Star Spangled Comics, because I really need to see the origin of Crazy Quilt. It's tearing me up inside. Come on.
And they need to put out a collection of didn't he have a bunch of backups in Batman comics in the 70s and 80s or something?
I think he did. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, in the 70s when he was in college. When he was in college.
They need to collect all those in a book.
Yeah, but I kept expecting it in 2015. I think was it 2015? Because they came out with Volume 1 of Robin Archives in 2005, Volume 2 in 2010. I was like, all right, I only got to wait 5 more years. Where is it? I'll have to wait 10, but I'll do it.
I think they're going to do something. They've got to do something big next year. You know, it's his 80th year. He's getting more exposure thanks to Titans. Young Justice is back.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a movie someday. You know, who knows?
You never know.
All right. So, again, send us your thoughts. I want to read some feedback.
But preferably nice feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they're that down on it, they're not going to send feedback. But anyway.
Let's hope, but you never know.
You never know. I can take the good with that. I can take the bad with the good. But yeah, Detective Comics 1000 is coming too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
What would be awesome is if it were 1,000 pages.
Yeah, and $1,000 too.
Well, yeah, there probably wouldn't be.
But they have for Action Comics 1000. They put out like a hardcover book. I think they're doing that for Detective too. Hopefully, there's a lot of Dick Grayson stuff in there.
Yeah,
he was Robin for a lot of that.
Yeah, 44 years.
Yep. All right. So remember, everyone, join us next time, and remember, keep flying, Graysons.